Alright, so I failed the first time. We are going to try to do better and make better choices because I didn't do that last time. So, yeah. Hold on. I just want to see something because it says you can take off. No, I don't want to. I'm just making sure. Okay. Back. Continue. Alright. We're starting at week 3. Before all hell breaks loose. Captain Hunt appears to be absent. His chair is unoccupied. Best get started. What in the... Well, I was worried about this. Look at that ice. We could be trapped for a while. Strong pressures, as if we didn't have enough bother. Well, no need mucking around. There's no mead. Let's get to work. Where's Hunt? I'll grab him. I'm sure he felt it too. Shaw, check the boiler room. I'm sure the mole man has problems of his own. Not to worry, everyone. We'll be free and moving again before you know it. Back to work. I don't know about that. Officer Shaw, what happened? Ship's come to a stop. I almost flung my camera into the wall. We didn't hit anything, did we? We're trapped in some ice. We'll need to break loose to get moving again. Well, let's hope we can do that sooner rather than later. Trapped in the ice, though? That would make for a good photograph. I said I was about to say photography. I can't talk. Okay, girl. Can I grab some food? Okay, good. Perfect. Okay. Oh. Ship's stuck then? If you're looking for Hunt, you just missed him. You're calm about this. No use panicking, is there? Gonna check with my brother. You go ahead and do that, sir. I'm just gonna grab some coal, because I know that's what you have to do. If I'd made errors, I'd tell you. It's secured, don't you worry. They noticed you. Impressive machine, the spoiler. Aye, she'll keep us steady, no doubt. Be grateful we have it. I am ensuring that the boiler was not damaged in sudden commotion. And I told you that if it were, you'd already know. I'm not in the business of making mistakes. I know that if the furnace goes, we go down with it. Yes, but you're only one man, which is a pair of engineers with assistants. Just looking at the number of valves, it seems far too much for you to handle. Maybe your bloody benefactor should have considered that. I've gotten used to it by now. It will hold, trust me. I will. Well, I have to, won't I? I don't fancy staying on the ship any longer than necessary. It's imperative we break free from the ice as quick as possible. Hammond eyes you, a grimace on his face. First mate's here, but when's the one who got us into this bloody mess? He may be in his cabin, I'm not sure. Yes. We're on a ship, and they're moving one at that. The man cannot simply just disappear. If he's anywhere, he must be in his cabin. When you find that man, give him an earful on my behalf. Can't do it myself, too busy keeping us alive. Templeton gives a nod. I believe you and I both owe our good captain a visit, Shaw. But you should call the crew for dinner first. Routine is important, especially now. Not before we fed this furnace. Mind grabbing some coal from the bunker, Shaw, or are you afraid to get your hands dirty like Mr. Templeton over there? I got the coal for you, boy. I got the coal, you know? Got the coal for you. Alright. Watch me fail again. You emerge on the deck to find the crew readying themselves for dinner. Despite some ice, some seem nervous, others as if nothing has changed at all. Yeah, but this isn't a lot of food, but... Hold on, let me go up for a second. Up. Can I send people? No, we ain't got that option yet. We're just gonna have to eat what we got. Make do what it do. The crew have their meal. The dinner is shared. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. You can't help but notice that there's still a bright light outside. You didn't see him either. He didn't pass by, but his cabin door was locked when I checked. Slippery bastard. What was he thinking, Hunt? I don't know, but oh. No sign of Hunt, I take it? Mr. Templeton passed by, but he wasn't exactly one to take questions. Yeah, I'm not shocked. Keep it up, lads. We'll set ourselves right in no time. Ah, Shaw. I just saw Templeton entering the captain's cabin. Seems Hunt halted himself inside. Maybe if you had a word with our good captain, he'll be willing to lend a hand. Yeah. I was informed that he was here. Where could he have hidden himself? At this point, leave the man out handed the monitors. Despite Hunt's issues, there's still a chain of command. We cannot waive it so flippantly. Horror. The captain's laugh rings out from behind the door. The captain watches you both, his head swaying as he chuckles to himself. You are a surprisingly difficult man to get a hold of, Hunt. Seeing that this is your ship. Ha, I know it well. Hunt eyes turn to you. I believe you two are already acquainted. How long have you been drinking? I don't suppose you care to join? Hunt shakes his hip flask as it holds it out, whiskey sloshing and spilling from the top. And what of you, Shaw? I can't tempt you with some sweet nectar. I'm fine. I'll be more than fine with a drink in you. Ah well, your loss. You intend to offer drinks at a time like this? The ship, your ship, is trapped in the ice. It's mine ship now, is it? And what do you expect me to do? Get the shovels out? What do you mean this isn't your ship? Bought it at an auction, not by myself. Imagine that, captain of a private vessel and I don't even own it. Pathetic. Mr. Hunt. Captain. If you are not fit to stand, then you should retire for the night. Shaw will stand in your stead, and we can continue in the morning. And abandon my duty? No captain who would do that is a fit captain, wouldn't you agree? Well, not you. Shaw, isn't that right? What do you think makes a good leader? Making the difficult choices nobody else wants to make. Do you think you could live with yourself? They all act like the choice is a different part. The choice is easy, Shaw. Instinctual. It's not being able to sleep after. That's what they never prepare you for. But I'm serious, Shaw. To you, what makes a good leader? We don't have time for... In one word, then. What makes a good leader? Understanding. Understanding. Explain. Oh boy. To understand your limitations. No, you're... To understand what needs to be done, to know your next course of action, and that's something you can know. Perhaps you'd like to step above deck, look over the bow. Nothing but ice surrounds you. You can't see 5 meters from your face through all the mist. Do you know the next course of action there? Speaking in platitudes will do you no good. A good leader is something more than a single rule you were told to follow. When you see one, you just know. You've wasted enough time penning philosophical. Oh, my apologies. I'll ask the real questions. Shaw, look at where we are. You honestly think we're gonna survive this? I had no assumptions on returning alive. Well, you best form some. Wouldn't just be your life you're throwing away. The captain laughs. Shaw, nobody knows we're out here. It doesn't leave this room. No. Wouldn't want to upset your employer. Our benefactor. We all want to be paid after this, don't we? Enough. If you weren't fit to lead this expedition, you should have never agreed to it. You shouldn't be... None of us should be here. Old Kurt paid handsomely to join. You're just a botanist sent to keep an eye out on me. Our doctor, Har. And then there's me. And myself? You're the only one who should be here. Templeton opens the door. The captain needs his rest. We'll discuss this once he's of sound mind. Let him speak, Templeton. I wish to know more. It's alright, Robin. Go on now. It'll be alright. I'll be alright here. The captain appears to have fallen asleep. Captain Hunt needs to sleep. It would appear the pressures of command have greatly affected him. You should find some rest yourself. The crew have their commands. Clear your head, and we will continue on the morn. Okay. That was a shit show. Right? You awake to a room awash with green. There's a loud banging on your door, and a familiar voice speaks from behind the wood. Shaw, are you in there? Shaw! I was thinking, not if I can help it, we're not. The boiler's in serious trouble. Pump needs manned, and we need to stop the whole system overheating, and I don't need to tell you if the furnace goes, we go. Alright, lead the way then. We don't have a moment to spare. Right, let's move. We need to find the captain now. Kasha rushes up, holding her camera tight as the ship rumbles. What's happening? Are we going under? Not if we can help it. Out of the way. It's safe to go up top, right? The aura? It's shot? I can't miss it. Kasha steps back before snapping a photograph of the ensuing chaos. She's kind of, annoying. The lights of the aurora flicker over the pale ice. Sorry, I'm just moving around, guys. Nothing. Visibly perturbed, he takes a moment to compose himself. Even the tub is empty. Why would you expect him to be in the tub? Not important. This doesn't make sense. The man seemed barely fit to crawl himself into bed earlier. What? Hammond turns to you. Alright, Shaw. Captain's missing. You're in charge. I'll try my best. Your best. Yes, indeed. The crew are no doubt waking at this moment. They're no doubt scared and confused. It's your duty to keep them calm, to maintain order. Hammond glares at Templeton. It's Shaw's job to get down to the boiler room now. We've already wasted enough time looking for that bastard Hunt. If you storm down to that room, and all you'll be doing is inciting panic. We need to calm the fears of the crew and maintain an air focus. Lie to them as the ship goes down? Not at all. Instead, to assure them that we know how to remedy the matter. Do you know how to remedy the matter, Mr. Hammond? Aye. We need to be quick. I don't have time to worry about some stupid sailor's feelings. We got a bloody ship to save. Well, as I said, Officer Shaw is in charge. The decision is yours. Templeton's right. We need to focus on calming the crew. Indeed. Above all else, we need to avoid unrest. Drown Captain Hunt and drown your warder. You can queue up your death at the bottom of the ocean. You're both wasting time. You might be right, but we need to maintain order. We cannot allow this to devolve into panic. Maybe I clicked the wrong thing. Kurt approaches. Boiler's trouble, I take it? It's imperative that we maintain amongst the crew. I see none more adept at that than yourself, Mr. Darling. Templeton turns to you. I shall accompany him. You best join Mr. Hammond. We descend the ladder. Ahead you can see the brothers trying to open the door to the hold. Trying to get in? Saying door stuck. Pull harder, you bastards. We need to get in there. It's the only thing that matters now. The metal door on sticks. Grandma looks at you before darting off into the dark. There's a bloody idiot running off to sound the alarm. Bloody hells. Let's get moving. You enter the boiler room. As you enter, you notice one of Hammond's engineers working in the way, while the other lays down clutching their torso. We're having a fit. Loose valve caught him right in the chest. Shit. I knew that bastard Templeton was slowing us down. The bloody hell happened to you. What's the word, Chief? Keep those valves pumping. We need to avoid a water hammer, or we won't be making it off the ship. Shaw, the rest of the crew aren't here. Grab a valve and start turning. I'm gonna go in the middle. You grab the valve and begin turning all you can to keep the water at bay. Pump. You feel the ache in your muscles as you continue to push the valve, keeping the pressure at bay. The furnace rumbles and sputters, emitting fuel. Keep turning, doing your best to keep the pressure at bay. You could be at this for hours. Shit, where's the rest of the crew? Brought help. Oof, the furnace rumbles and sputters. Get me coal and turn the valve. Yeah, I need to grab some. Well, okay. I'm gonna turn the valve. Which one? I want to turn Saltmore. Are there any engineers? Nope, they're busy. One's wounded. Yeah. They grab the valve. With enough hands on the boiler, you begin to fight back to the potential water hammer. Someone's gonna have to hold the furnace in place. I will. Can I do it? He looks strong. Two giants approaches the furnace. The room shakes. Water hammer. Enjoy this thing. It's strong. Oh, I thought. Yeah, we would scream across. Okay. keep up work, shifting it onto the boilers for it to calm. The ship is saved, you won't be sinking to death. As the crew gives assistance to the wounded drown of logs, you feel your muscles tense. You fall back, collapsing from exhaustion. As you lay back, all you can hear are a pair of panic voices. Who the hell is Captain Hunt? He's gone. Okay. Oof. No, people will eat. Okay. Decorum. Well, you know. It's emerged safe from sinking. The Aurora passes, leaving only the bright light and white. I don't know what else it said, but that's okay. What was that? Week 4. Okay. You are alone in the captain's cabin. Out across the deck can be heard the commotion of the crew. Word has spread quickly that Captain Hunt is missing. Templeton slips in through the door. Shaw? What is it, Templeton? Hunt is still missing. And he isn't alone in that regard. Sanders, Spiral, and Grin are also unaccounted for. As is a sizable food and fuel supply and one of the larger lifeboats. Shaw, you and I are not naive. It seems quite clear what has happened. How is the rest of the crew? They're confused, scared. The former captain is no longer with us. You understand what that means, Shaw? Hunt is still the captain. I don't intend to usurp him. Hunt is absent. It is no use waiting the word of Ghost. A new captain must be selected by the crew. As first mate, you have the most clear argument to take that role. I don't know if I'm prepared. I'm afraid you'll have to be, regardless of your personal feelings on the matter. They will hold a vote as soon as possible. The carpenter, Grimley, he's still loyal to Hunt, and many of the sailors will follow his vote, if not all. Though I can assure you have the vote of myself and my scientists. Kurt and his crew are like to support you as well. I am unsure where the engineers will side. They're likely loyal to their pay. John and Flogs are still recovering from their steam burns, which may end up working to our favor. And the civilians are a mystery. But I believe when all said is done, you will just about make the vote. How can you be sure? I cannot, but it is measured risk. They're waiting outside, Shaw. They're scared, they don't know where to return. And you and I both understand the importance of maintaining decorum. Though times seem dire, remember, there is a rescue ship on its way. Even if the Temperance falls, we still have a potential escape. 35 weeks. The ship will arrive at Viscount Island in 35 weeks from now. We should focus on surviving that long. That is all we need to do, Captain. How can we be certain the rescue ship will come? I can assure it. Our benefactor will ensure it. Another 35 weeks, Captain. Keep in mind. Here, you should have this. Tiffany presents you with a fancy-looking hat. Hunt's hat. He left it behind in his cabin. That tells us what we need, doesn't it? The commotion outside grows. I choose to willfully observe reality. I suggest you do the same, Captain. The scientist refrains from a moment. I think it's best we declare that the captain and the missing crew are dead. There's no need for us to complicate things any further. After what he did, they might as well be. We understand each other then. Wonderful. The crew are waiting for you on deck. Alright, y'all, are we gonna lie? Hunt's ledger is gone. The last place you saw Captain Hunt, and there's still drops of whiskey, but it's frozen. Alright, let's do this. The hushed voices become more distinct as you make your way back out to open air. You notice the absence of John and Flogs. The crew members notice you and stop. Their attention ripples across the deck. Attention! It should be clear now by the Captain Hunt is no longer serving his post. As such, we should vote in a new captain. I nominate Officer Shaw for that role, the clear choice at first mate. A word of Hunt. I do not see him among us, do you? Don't see a body either. He's still out there. We don't know what happened. Something we can discover for now. Someone has to take the reins of command. All in favor for Officer Hunt? Officer Shaw, excuse me. Alright, let's see where this goes. Well, I can't help that you got wounded. Okay, whatever. What? Okay. Figured. Oof. Okay. You have been confirmed as the captain of this expedition. Well, the ayes have it. Shaw shall be acting captain from this point forward. Acting in Captain Hunt's stead. The crowd looked to you expectantly as Templeton gives you a knowing nod. A moment passes in the cold as I await your next words. Curious murmurs scattering between the crew. Captain Hunt is no longer with us. As I look to you, it's not long before its obvious question spills from the crew's mouth. He's dead. The crowd immediately cuts to silence. Templeton nods. He is presumed lost to the ice. With no body, we can't know his exact fate for certain. However, he and the remaining missing crew will certainly not survive exposed under these conditions. You scan the crowd, no one dissents. A silence hangs in the air. Does anybody take issue with me taking charge? A morbid silence hangs. Nobody speaks up in protest. It's not made to keep us alive. I won't be giving up on that. The crowd begins to bubble up once more, with more and more questions coming to surface. Members of the crew start speaking out one by one, with questions thrown your way in a quick succession. Are we supposed to survive out here? Is help coming? What about our pay? Will we still be paid? Our immediate priority is to find additional food. Current supplies will only take us so far, trapped in this ice. Ask for reports. I would like the head of each station to report to me going forward. I know this isn't what we signed up for. Stick with me and I will see us through this. What are the loss, Captain? A memorial service will be held once the ship is freed from the ice. Understood. Well, you heard the captain. Get to it. The crowd dissipates, returning to their roles aboard the ship. You pass Templeton. He nods. Nod back. Huh. Shaw. Or should I say Captain Shaw? That Hunt? I hope he and the others are holding safe. Still, no good dwelling. I have confidence you'll take up the mantle well. The crew are counting on me. I don't intend on disappointing. That's the spirit. We need some optimism at a time like this. If the captain has faith, so too will the crew. Okay. Anything happening down here? We definitely need food. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all three can definitely work into this food. The boiler room. Coal, and then I need people getting the coal. But yeah, I'll just have to, yeah, that's enough. Alright, I'm going to, yep, put some I mean, I have to. I think I can put like one fuel in there, I think. Oh. Captain, how are you? As long as you aren't in my way any more than hot was, I'm happy. How's the boiler keeping? Well, we aren't dying, that's a relief. Don't know how well the furnace will hold. I'll keep her going as long as we aren't distracting me. Okay, that's good enough. I don't want to do too much. Okay. Alright. Anything else? Yep. There should be no hesitation, Shaw. You are the captain now, and you must carry the authority instantly. It's best we carry out the daily routine as normal and show that you are capable in the role. We should take the day's request immediately before swinging to our resources. Oops. You saw the duties of the captain firsthand while serving Hunt. You're acting captain now. It's time for you to take up the mantle. Alon is already forming at the door. No surprise, given the circumstances. Take them as you may, Captain. Captain, I brought the Kindle Master with me. There's something you will both want to hear. I have a strong suspicion on what the matter is. I was planning to speak with Captain on it myself. Unfortunate happenstance, then. Captain, I know the conditions well. I've seen them before. Any of the temperance being freed of the ice anytime soon is a pipe dream. We need to press on. We need to become aware of our new environment. Trust me, Captain. We will be living off of it for quite some time. And what of you, Cordell? Do you agree? Indeed, the dog sleds will need to be exercised regularly, and there is no better way than to engage in hunting. We're quite lucky despite the circumstance. Now is peak time for hunting and navigation. Traversing the ice may be a possibility in the future. We need to be prepared for that. If we're to survive out here, we need to know what lies ahead. There are uncharted territories, Captain. We have no idea where we are. The current rations are not set to last forever either. Send any hunting party to me as you please. My dogs and I will ensure their survival. Cordell exits. Same sentiment for myself and any scouting teams. If you wish the great unknowns to be brave and charted, I'm your man. We need to know what lies ahead. Keep looking forward. Gotcha. Fib the boiler was the only start of our troubles. Have you seen the state of the bloody ship? Well, it's certainly seen better days. She's bleeding in the lower decks. I believe the older Stoke is attempting to rustify that. We need to take stockpile as much fuel as we can. If the furnace runs out by the end of the week, we die. If we spend too long on the ship, we die. If we don't stockpile enough fuel for the winter, we die. Aye. Give me some coal, get in the furnace. I'm afraid he's not wrong. The coal bunkers are our only source of fuel for the time being. Until we can procure alternatives, we should assign crew to shoveling whenever possible. Shaw, the ice looks unbudging, doesn't it? It would seem that way, yes. Crew still seems to think so. I think if we don't intervene, the temperance will never get freed. If you're suggesting breaking through the ice, I can assure you won't work. That won't work. I'm not, they are. No intervention is going to break up the ice enough to free the ship. Putting others on that is simply a waste of manpower. Aye, maybe. They're scared, though, worried. They just want to feel like they tried something. Templeton's right. We cannot waste crew on pointless tasks. Understood. Best not to sell false hope. It only leads to more disappointment in the future. I'll see you for dinner, Shaw. Don't forget the hospit needs fed. I'm not wasting time doing that. For dinner, you should see to sending out our first sledding team. I also believe it's time you gave our good doctor a visit. We still have wounded from the night of the Aurora. Their wounds still need to be attended to before they're fit to work. And I doubt I need to remind you of this, but we need every little hand available. Don't be afraid of assigning my team for some manual labor. They'll complain, but they'll work. You did seem familiar. I finally remember you. You have, haven't you? Yes, I remember seeing you compete. Soren Kiliper? You were quite the gymnast. I'm surprised to see you in the line of work. Not too many gymnasts carry long careers. You did quite well, and when I saw you at the Summer Games, I recall you placed. I don't recall winning. Okay. Oof. How about I... Okay, I'm gonna come back to this and I'm gonna talk to the doctor. He went to the ship's infirmary. Your presence seems to startle the young man inside. The rattle of drop forceps ringing through the room. Oh, goodness, it's you, Captain now, isn't it? Captain Ramashaw, it's good to meet you. Dr. Arthur, Nutley. Dr. Nutley. Dr. Arthur Nutley, that is. It's good to meet you, Arthur. Nutley gives a weak smile. Thank you. It's good to properly meet you. I suppose I seem a little scatterbrained at the moment. This isn't the norm. Recent circumstances have been trying. And the inclination towards seasickness is no help. John Vlogs, the steam burns they suffered from the furnace are severe. If you let me take a look, I can do my best to alleviate their pain. They'll pull through. This crew is a tough one. Right, well, let us hope. At this point, all we can do is wait. Nutley lets out a nervous cough. Captain Hunt, do you think he still may be out there? There's a chance, however slim. Right. Perhaps we'll run into him again? No, that's ridiculous. Never mind. Apologies, I'm rambling. I suppose you wanted an update on your crew? A report would be nice. Mostly scrapes and scruffs. As for the dogs, you'd better be asking, well, the kennel master. That's fine, I wouldn't expect you to be a veterinarian. Good, please don't. I haven't taken well to the dogs. I'm unsure how to carry myself around. Most people and animals are even more quick to judge. And Cordell herself is harsher. But you can still rely on me for any human medical issues. Nutley pauses for a moment. Is everything, good? I mean, is someone coming to rescue us? I won't lie, we're in a difficult situation. I'm gonna need your help. Then you can count on me to help. Nutley keeps his head low. Is there anything I can do for the crew? Medbay. Okay, you. Wait, isn't there somebody else? Assigned to scientist. Yeah. Okay, that's for scientists. Okay. Be working again starting today. Is there anything I can do? Okay. Do I still need a... No, I already did all this. I definitely want some people. Okay, nobody's getting cold today. Officer, Captain Shaw, I suppose I should get used to calling you that. I was asking the crew if anyone had seen Hunt or any other deserters last night. Not a single soul. I know the man knows the ship well, but it seems odd. You think the crew could be lying? I wouldn't accuse anyone, but it seems very unlikely that he wasn't seen by anyone. I suppose the boiler troubles cause a great deal of distraction. Okay. Oh, what was that? Robin Shaw, recognize the name somewhere. Were you ordinarily right? I don't know how to say a word. Did you serve? Yes, I did. I think we served on the same ships. You probably wouldn't have seen me though. Didn't get much time out of the engineering room. Good to know the new captain has some experience. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Well, he seems elderly. Gonna send, yeah, 2 scouts there. Anybody else? No scientists. Can we send engineers? No, we cannot. You want to go out there and explore? No, we cannot. Okay. Well, oh fuck, I didn't mean to do that. We're still on week 4. Alright, the crew have their meal. Har, shall we give a toast to our new captain? Here. Alright, their crew returned to their post. Evening, Shaw. I'm proud of what I've been able to cook up for the crew lately, considering the rations, though I do wish I had something better to work with. I'd kill for a good beefsteak. You do excellent work, Joiner. You have a knack for this. I've been told. Hunt would say you couldn't Could need a bite that wasn't prepared by me anymore. I should hit the hay or, well, hammocks, because there's hay in there. Did you need me for something? I simply want to learn more of you, Grimley. Not much to know. I'm the carpenter. I'm Junior's brother. I play music. You know it all already. He stares at you before nodding to his hammock. So tired. You'll get used to it, lad. That's far too much work. Thought you wanted to work. If I can do it with one arm, you can do it. You're always saying that, Dad. Looks like we'll be trapped here for a while. I don't like the ship's chances either. It'll be some time before we'll see home. Shit, I'm gonna die of boredom out of here before the cold takes me. You'll manage, I'm sure. Okay, anything? Bloody cold, isn't it, Captain? Don't know how you'd spend your time away from the furnace. It'd be even colder without your hard work, Hammond. I know. Is he wanting some coal? I don't want to give all my coal. Like, y'all got 71. And y'all are gonna stay warm. I promise you. I want to keep some rations. Awfully loud, aren't they? I don't mind it all that much. They've worked hard all day. They are over their leisure. Those sailors ought to remember we all need our sleep. Captain Shaw, I presume you're here to see the dogs? Yes. How are they faring? Yes. Sorry. They already have been... Girl, though recently they've been exhausted and in need of rest. It's no surprise our conditions keep changing. They grow used to one state before being thrust into another. One refuses to eat and has been losing weight rapidly. I assume the change in scenery has affected it. They need their rest, just as any person. They tend to be more reliable, however. Are you speaking from experience with people or with dogs? Regardless, I'll say it's a matter of both. Captain Shaw, you recall my conditions with Hunt, do you not? Like it was yesterday. My demand was I work here with the dogs. Your people may help with the sleds, but they are not my responsibility. They are not my people. I am holding up my promise with Hunt. I do not intend to join your crew. The dog's beside her barks. Pet the dog moves behind its master, unsure of what to make of you. The animal looks at you. You plant the hat on their head. They become excited before tearing the hat into pieces. Whoops. Stanberry. How did he know that the... Oh well. Alright, so we're gonna end it here. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't know Captain Templeton was in my room. Okay. Okay. Quisley and York, the third returned from hunting with 2 crab-eater seals. The dogs are resting and available to be sent out. Okay. Okay. Captain John, Mr. Templeton. It would appear that some of the crew have taken an interest in transmission radios we have on hand. It's likely many of the first time seeing this technology. They have the odds of what they're capable of. They believe another ship may pick us up if we monitor them. Ridiculous, they don't have the range to pick up another, not out here. I said as much, but Mr. Turner was adamant. You spend the night monitoring them regardless. You even sent me out to run the concept by you. Yeah, it's worth it. Oh, all 3 of them have to monitor it? Okay. Yes, Captain. It won't work, but at least this way the crew will be certain. Yes, otherwise they'll ponder the alternative until we're all frozen. Word around the crew is that we might end up having to move to ice if we can't free the temperance anyway. It'd be wise to gather what we need to take off the ship with us if we do. Indeed, we'll need to prepare for what could be the inevitable. Aye, most of the tools are in the lower deck storerooms. The metal doors need some work to open, but it's worth what's inside. Good day, Captain. Well, as good as can be under the circumstances. Good day to you too, Kasha. Well, I'll be sure to spare you any obligatory small talk from here on out. In truth, there's something I've been meaning to ask of you. It's a matter I brought up with Captain Hunt, though he was less receptive. I'm not merely interested in the story of this expedition. I'm interested in the story of the people on this expedition. When the crew had downtime, I would request that I'd be allowed to conduct interviews with them. I'd like to know more about them, maybe learn more about what happened to Hunt. I see no issue there. Conduct this interview as you please. Thank you, Captain. You won't regret it. I'll mark anything useful I discover in the crew's manifest. Send them to the red room on the lower deck when you can. Okay. The question persists as to how long the temperance can hold. Going to be able to wait out the ice? If there's no change by next week, abandoning the ship may be considered. I feel that air. Nothing better than a cold wind to keep you awake. You're an odd duck, York the Third. How many hours of sleep did you get last night? Well, I was like, I thought, better not hearing it. I already know it isn't enough. Oh, yeah, I need to heal. Whoa, hold up now. He's burnt. Yep, I won't be able to do that if we were on Drive Medical Comforts. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to press that twice. All my scientists are gone. Oh. Here, you. Oh. Yeah, whatever. You and Gnomes charge into the room. It is full of food and ale. With the water flooding in from behind you, you have time to grab one item. Gonna get the ale kegs. 3 kegs of ale. Each of them can be used for cure or demoralization. Definitely the ale kegs. Room is flooded, rendering the rest of the items useless. You and Runt charge into the room. Inside you see supplies of 10 lemons and a hunting shotgun and a bolt action rifle and some flares. With the water flooding in the room behind you, you have time to grab 2 items. The bolt action rifle with poorly aligned sights and effective against smaller targets. I don't want that. I want this one. An old-fashioned double-barreled buckshot rifle. Slow and cumbersome to load. I want this one. 4 supplies of 10 lemons. Each of them can be used for cure and skirt. Yeah, I want this. Room flooded. No, sorry. This looks like. Boom. You and Tucker charge in the room. The wooden floors or furniture have buckled enough to take apart easily. You also spot crates labeled as spare flags and luxury items. With the water flooding in from behind you, you have time to grab one. Inspect the timber. Much of this room has become buckled by ice, allowing it to be stripped from timber. Worth a total of 100. 100 what? Fuel? Well, I'm taking the timber. Okay. Alright. You and Tashi charge into the room. It was full of various tools and a crate 10 lemons. With the water flooding in from behind you, you have time to grab 2 items. With the tools of the furnace, maybe better maintain improving its efficiency. Make quick work against pressured ridges and thick snow when hunting and scouting. The doctor should be able to see more than one patient. More than one patient, yep. And then, what were the engineering tools again? Making things more efficient or to limit. How much we digging tools? Yeah, I got leave room. And can we go in here? Is anybody available? Yeah. You and York, the third, charge in the room is full of specialist tools and equipment. With water flooding in, you have time to grab 2 items. Okay. What is this? Treated and sealed to keep shipments of peaches fresh. Inspected ale. Okay, I want the ale. Choose ale. And did we choose digging tools or engineering tools? Hold up. Camera, accordion, hunting shotgun, medical tools, digging tools. So we need maximum food increase to 120. Oh, that's good. Good. And then we leave. Okay, is there anything we can do? Okay. So I think we visited all the rooms. Anyone, yeah, interview? Yeah, interview them. That gives us decorum. Did we send anybody out? I don't remember. Yeah. Oh my god, no we didn't. A research of pressure? No, I don't want to. Can anybody else? Nope. Okay. Alright, we're gonna make sure everybody, eats. Do we have enough food? We have 53. I don't really want to use this. Just one. Yeah, ooh, it does good for the furnace too. Okay. Healed. Okay, good. So this into the boiler room. Feed the furnace. I have to. Okay. We got a DTFO. Bam. The crew of the meal. The dinner is shared. The crew returned to the post. The hammocks are on for whatever. Evening. Before we took off, Grandma and I stopped into a greasy spoon in the city. Their sausage and egg was perfect, best I've ever had. Now I'm trying to remember its damn name. It's left my head. It was likely by the docks. Just look around once we return, you'll find it. If it's still there when we return, who knows when we'll be back. They could have closed down or fired by the chef, or fired the chef. You're pretty old, aren't you? Good eye, lad. Better than mine. Why are you still working? You should be at home with your family? Don't have one. Do you have any children? I might do. Don't know any though. It's getting hard to play. The cold makes my fingers stiff. Power through it for the crew's sake. I will. More of the same tonight. We'll have to get used to it. Not much you could do with the ice. We'll figure out something to do, won't we? We'll have to. Anything? Afraid not. I didn't expect anything to come of it. Well, this we could say we tried. Yeah. Always in my room, Amy. Good evening, Captain. It'll be some time before we see rescue. Perhaps you should be endearing yourself to the crew? For now, I'd like to learn more of you. You needn't do that. I would prefer to continue with our works. Fostering personal relationships is not a concern. Well, you're the one in my bedroom. I must retire for the evening. I'll see you in the morning for request. I mean, but you're the one all up in my room, boy. Leave. Captain, a word? I felt now is a good time as any to review the wording in our contract. Do you remember what was written in your contract? Of course I do. Consider Article 3, and I quote, "The member of the staff shall, throughout the period of such expedition, obey all commands of the captain and shall use his best endeavors to promote the success of the same. And any event of anything happening to the captain shall obey all commands of any members of the staff who shall be appointed by captain in writing for his death. It being understood that the rest of the staff shall hold the same relations toward any member of the staff so appointed as towards the captain, as appointed by the captain in writing before his death." Are you contesting my leadership, Templeton? No, I'm alerting you to a potential issue. The vote we had settled what is only a temporary arrangement in the eyes of the law. Even then, you only made it through by a hair. Unless you somehow managed to wrestle a written transfer of captaincy from Hunt before his departure in the eyes of law, you are simply acting in his stead with no legal recourse to call upon. There is a chance Hunt and the deserters are still out there. Should we be reunited, your captaincy will indeed be called into question. I see no issue in that. Wouldn't it be good to have our captain in return? You saw Hunt in his final moments with us. Do you trust that man to lead on ice? The loyalty of the crew members means everything. Get them on your side, Shaw. Keep them on your side. That will come naturally. I do not intend to disappoint. We'll see. Remember my words, Shaw. I suggest you start with the Stoke brothers. It seems they speak for many other sailors. At the bow, you spot Kurt, measuring for any change in the temperance. Still fast, no sign of any change. He notices you and gives you a wave. Doubt we'll be moving anytime soon, Captain. Of course, sometimes you never know with the ice. You should get some rest. I'll let you know if anything changes. Thank you, Kurt. Just doing my duty. Take care, Captain. Okay, so we're ending the week. Gonna see what's up. They'll be non-nourished. Crew members. Yeah, we don't know. Why did we lose? The dogs are rested and available to be sent out another week on the ice. The ship shan't hold much longer. 2 Johns were cured of their wounds. Good. And we have one more person to be cured of their wounds, I think. And that's where I shall go. Alright. Nobody's injured. Okay. Good. Oof. Simpleton, Kurt, Cordell, and Hammond stand inside the beginning of the meeting. Well, Captain, it's been 3 weeks. Kurt tells me there's no change in the ice. None. And best I can estimate, what change we will see won't free the ship. I predict the Temperance is more likely to be crushed under the pressure of the ice. And how long will that take? A few weeks at most. Unfortunately, we may have to look at alternatives rather than waiting for the ice to break up. Are you certain it's a lost cause? You never know, but from what I've seen, I wouldn't take the chance. Leaving the Temperance and making camp on the ice is something we will have to consider. The longer we stay on the ship, the more fuel we're having to burn. Not to mention risking another boiler incident. Yes, the matter most cost lies. Heating a smaller camp burns through much less oil, and without enough fuel to survive a winter, we're dead. Don't think I need to tell you that. I would not be quite quick to pick a pack up and move out just like that. And why is that? The ship is shelter. The ship is safety. Currently, there are quite a few hunting opportunities presented to us. We will need to gather more food if we are to survive, and the ship provides a safe area to hunt from. Right. Most of the crew aren't ready to give up either. They're stubborn, just as good as any crew should be. I'd rather not play into stubbornness when lives are on the line. He has a point. The crew thinks we gave up too early. They'll resent the captain for it. Though we now have a serious bloody flooding problem. We do? I might have noticed if you had left your damn forecastle. It's safer to take the time to gather what we need before we leave, rather than raid the ship once we make ice. Well, the answer lies with the captain. Should we move off the ship this week? Not yet. We'll remain on the ship for now. Very well. When we remove the boiler from the furnace, this is when we make our move. When you feel ready to go, just go to the boiler room and give the order. Oof. Captain, we tried to use the radios to pick up any signals every evening for the past week. Nothing, I take it? Afraid not. As we expected. I have to say, though, I expected a worse reaction from the sailors. I suppose there's a relief in trying a method and knowing it to be unsuccessful. Now they can move on to the next venture with little reservation. They are resourceful people, I must say. Well, I suppose anything that puts the crew's mind at ease is worth doing. Thank you, Mr. Glossley. Captain, my dogs appear to be struggling in on-deck kennels. They require a more secure form of shelter from an environment. Dog loos, I believe they're called. Yes, I will require some hands to work on constructing them. It's for the health and safety of the pack. I'll put some of the crew to work on it. Thank you. You must focus on keeping the dogs safe. Without them, the crew stands a little chance of safety. Mast was damaged when the ship was tossed a while back, Captain. Must be someone to fix it before the temperance is freed. Freed? Aye, the ship could come loose any moment. Heading up to repair the mast is a dangerous task. We don't even know if the ship will sail if the ice clears. Would be worth it, though. Someone could get injured. I'd rather avoid that. Suit yourself, then. I was summoned by Mr. Templeton. Yes, Mr. Isaac. This is regarding your personal item. What do you mean? I felt it pertinent to let the captain know that you're carrying a weapon. Templeton, why didn't you tell me this earlier? I deliberated if it was worth bringing up to your attention, and ultimately I decided it was worth discussing. Perhaps this is my unfamiliarity with expedition, but I was surprised others did not bring an item to protect themselves. Many of the crew cannot afford such items to themselves. Captain, it's up to you on what to do with the revolver. With all due respect, this is my personal item, Captain. It is the captain's right to requisition any weapons on the ship. That includes your own. Say he can have it. You are free to hold on to it, Mr. Zach. Be careful. I will, Captain. I will take the utmost care with it. We would do well to avoid creating imbalance of power amongst the crew. I doubt the sailors would take too kindly to such thing. Shaw, there's a rumor going around amongst the crew. They're saying the ship is haunted by the ghost of Captain Hunt. What ridiculous tripe. Though you thought you'd want to put a stop to it? They're just stories. I see no harm in them. Wait until they spread. How many would like to be in temperance after that? Here's hoping they don't go too far. Finish your quest. Okay. Head to the boiler room when you wish to abandon the ship. I suggest you do it sooner rather than later. Well, we got shit to do. Whoops, I meant this. This is what we need the most. And then I need y'all getting coal for me. Okay. Okay. And another one. Oh, we don't have enough doggies. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's all I'm giving. As far as the coal goes, I'll give one. Even though abandon the ship. Even though I think we'll be fine. Let's just not be fine. Okay. Hold up. Somebody could be getting interviewed. Good. Okay. The crew have their meal. They have their nom-noms. Yep. And I swear when the hook came swinging, Captain Hunt had to pull me down. This was 5-6 years ago. I had no clue what I was doing. Both of us nearly lost an eye that day. Same expedition. Ward lost his arm. Half the time I don't think Hunt knew what he was doing either. I'm sure he did. He seemed like a good captain. Aye, he is. Served us well, no doubt. Did you need something? I heard stories about Hunt and I was curious. I'd like to know more about the man. Didn't you get your fill with him while he was here, eh? Worried about the vote, aren't you? Oh, is that it, Shaw? I don't care about that. I'm genuinely checking in. Are you now? Alright, let's leave it at that, Grimley. Nice for you to check in, Shaw, but I think it's time for... Well, I don't know what it said. Grimley walks off. The crew's awfully fond of Hunt. Is a word to the wise, Robin. I have nothing against you, but we sure don't know you either. It's going to take more than simple pleasantries to earn Grimley's trust. Missed the water. Got used to playing on a rocking ship. Starting to feel sick when I'm off too long. I miss it myself, the sense of constant movement, nothing like it. Aye, you get it. Don't like stillness. I feel like I'm going somewhere. I like to feel that I'm going somewhere, that's what he said. Okay. So we go up. Anybody in my room? This dude's always in my room. Captain, if you find yourself stricken with boredom, I do have a book I'd recommend, a textbook on different classes of wildflowers. The topic is more interesting than it may seem, I assure you. I would enjoy that, Templeton. We'll be sure to bring it to you when I have the chance then. Thanks. What do you have in your pocket? What is the matter to you? Hunched over, clutching something. It's suspicious. I'm holding an egg. An egg? Keeping my hands warm. Boiled eggs keeps heat. That is actually rather ingenious. We know the cold better than you lot anyway. Still no signs of change, I take it? Afraid not, Templeton. The ice is yet to budge. Moving to the ice looks more and more to be necessary as I see it. You may just be right, chum. Your team of scouts must be keeping their focus. If we cannot find a way from this pack, the two notice you. Ah, Captain. Wouldn't worry about the ice. My team will find a path, I have no doubt. At ease, Kurt. You're doing good work. Thank you, Captain. I promise my team won't grow lazy. It's certainly not the place for it. Y'all a bunch of liars. Okay. Okay. I just don't think I need... Okay. We're good. Don't know why we're losing. Okay. Good. Good. Gnomes was wounded. Oh, well. We'll cure him up. We will cure him up. The med bay. Anybody else hurt? Okay. No requests. Okay. Captain, I always found it wise to have a word with journalists amongst our crew. For whatever reason, Hunt allowed for a photographer with no sailing experience to tail alongside this expedition. As it stands, Kasha Belford's record is what will stand the test of time with this expedition is spoke of. And it would seem she has not made allies of the crew. Kasha? She doesn't seem like the type to make enemies, not with the purpose or malice. The sailor of the crews are a private lot. They do not take kindly to prying eyes of a landlubber as they would. Captain, she controls the story. She controls your story. Best to have a word. Remember, Shaw, reputation can be fragile. You do not need to unflattering image at a time like this. Fucking hell. What is it this time, Tucker? These bloody cigs aren't worth the shit I stepped in. You're the only man I know who could step in shit on the ice, mate. Huh, bloody right. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Someone do an interview. Okay, good. Even though that's not a lot. There's not much to do an interview with. Alright. Ooh, not him. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay. When was the last time you slept, Chief? You got a couple hours and a while back. A couple? You're gonna work yourself to death before we even make it to land. Heard that before, but it hasn't bloody happened yet. Back to work. Oh fuck, I didn't even know the furnace is torn from the boiler. We're heading out then? Best tell the lads. We're moving out? Yes, Captain's orders. For now, we shall focus on setting up a campsite on ice. Leave the equipment hauling for later? No worries, I'll get them to work. We'll have a camp set up before you know it. You're taking that with you? Aye, can't go a day without it, can you? Boy, the crew likes music. Fair enough, you better get to hauling the lifeboats next. A bit more important than the accordion. I know. Calm, Stanberry. We're simply moving through the ice. Yes, it's all very exciting. If the rest of you behave yourselves, you'll be treated to an extra helping of soup. Well, there we have it. The heart of the ship ripped clean from her chest, but she still beats for the crew. How long were you waiting on that one? Well, it was shite. Captain, let's get this bloody furnace set up on the ice. Alright. We don't really have enough food as I would have hoped, but... Oh, look at the camp, guys. Okay. What are you doing up there? Now's the last chance I get a shot like this. Isn't that dangerous? Don't worry, I've done it before. Don't tell the captain. Okay. There, perfect. Farewell, Temperance. Captain, I hope your new lodgings are to your comfort. If not, I'm afraid you'll have to power through until rescue. We say goodbye to the Temperance, but our work is far from over. Nothing to protect us from the ice now. That is to be expected. The Temperance could scarcely protect us much longer. You've done well to already strip the lower decks of the ship. Perhaps the wildlife should be our next focus. Regardless, we need our wits about us. We stand alone against the ice now. Remember Shaw? Yeah, whatever. There's no request. Oh, yeah. I don't know if we... Okay, yeah. Yeah, can you bring back, Yeah, we're not gonna have nobody... Okay, this person can... Yep. Good. Oh, fruit. Yes. Everybody's, fucking busy. I totally didn't know, but watch it sink. Fuck. Oh, whoops, I meant to go back up. Are you kidding me? I did feed the... No, I need to feed the pot. Swirl. Oof. Return. And then bam. Hopefully nobody dies. The crew have their meal. And despite this time, it's still bright light outside. Okay. As you pass by, you see Kasha adjusting her camera. She stands partially obscured as she finds the right angle for the shots. As you step to her side, she raises her head and looks at you. What are you taking photos of? The crew, of course. This is quite the unique situation we're in, and I want to capture the mood. Maybe I could place it beside our initial crew photos, compare and contrast. Oh, that's brilliant. I'm sure many of them have stories to tell. Kasha's eyes dart to the crew, briefly lingering on the stature of Kurt, then back to you. Of course, I'm sure many of them have plenty to share. For now, though, I think I'm better off in the background, taking pictures from a distance. Very well. I don't have time to commit to you otherwise. It's not that I'm refusing to join the crew, if that's what you're thinking. It's simply that I followed Kurt's expeditions as a lot as a child. So seeing me in person is odd. So you're simply starstruck. I wouldn't put it that way. There's a common adage you may have heard, never meet your heroes. I'd like to avoid becoming one of those who repeat that. So you're worried about being disappointed? No! Should I be? It's more that up until now he's been an idea? Does that make sense? Kurt is just another person like you or I. I suppose so. Well, I'll leave you be. I'm still looking for the right shot. You get your photo snapped by the photographer too? She's a landlubber for sure, treating us like we're some novelty. I don't have much problem with it. Good conversation at least. I'd rather less good conversation out here. You ever get the feeling you're being watched, Shaw? Couldn't shake the feeling there's a pair of eyes on me while I was working there. If you're overworked, you should get some proper rest. I get sleep when I can, and I often can't. It's just how it is. Okay. And there I was, face to face with leopard seal. Dangerous creatures cannot be mistaken for your average seal. Natural hunters, much faster on land than you would expect. How did you deal with that one then? I was lucky I had my hunting shotgun at the ready. We were feasting on leopard seal that night. Of course, of all the times the crew weren't filming. Ah, pull the other one. It's true. This other time we... Kurt continues to ramble on. It seems like he'll be on this for a while. You ever have pancakes, Shaw? Served some to Captain Hunt once, and he started demanding them every time. Can only have them early in a trip, though. Ingredients don't keep that long. Hunt was fond of your cooking, wasn't he? He hired me. It'd be odd if he wasn't. He didn't take me on his charity. Shaw, Hunt's not the type for that. A crew member approaches you during dinner. Captain, you look like you could use some more to eat. Taking up the responsibility of captain is admirable, as it is inevitable. Please help yourself to some of my own rations. Frankly, I'm stuffed. Thank you, but there's no need. Oh, well, the offer's always there. York III returns to the seated position as others in the crew look at him with annoyed expressions. It would appear their attempts at gratifying command was unsuccessful. Evening, Captain. Have you been reading the textbook? I understand if you do not have time. I have been reading. It's quite an interesting topic. Good. I hoped you'd enjoy it. I suppose the topic does provide an escape from the ice as well? Yeah. Good evening, Captain. I won't take long. The dogs are fed and rested, however, I dislike leaving them alone. You have trained them well, there won't be any issue. That would be my hope, but you can never be certain. Been trying to come up with a new song. Something about seals, I'm thinking. Hard to think, though. Winds are too distracting, but I haven't had a new song in a while. Keep it light. I'm sure the crew would appreciate something jovial. Aye, that's the plan. Hard to think of jovial in a time like that. I don't know what he said. I'm just... Evening, Shaw. I used to think I was growing used to the cold, but as the years have gone on, the elements have only grown harsher on the body. I'm sure you can handle it, Kurt. And you'd be right. I can still complain every now and then. The photographer, Belford, what about her? Did she come snooping around your tent as well? I caught her prying a couple of times. I can guess she's found nothing on you. No, she did not. We all learned something from you, Tashi. Alright. I did put food in the pot, right? Yeah. I mean, I'll have to use that. Okay. Yeah. Fuel rations. Ooh. Okay. Quisley returned from hunting with 2 crab seals. The dogs are rested. Another week on the ice. Quisley became freezing on the sled hunt. Alright. And we're going to stop right there, folks. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.